Yeah, Constantine.
And what's his name? Movie guy, Matrix guy there's a movie called Constantine.
Oh, yeah, with
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that was great. And yeah, like
Matrix guy.
So this is the famous story. If you ever went to Catholic school, like I did, they told the story of how Constantine, a Roman emperor, was going into battle, and he saw a vision, and he said,
Govinda's leaving everyone.
That's fine. We should write him off until he gets back.
Small dick faggot.
So, holy shit, dude.
He said write him off. I went to the first thing I could think of.
So this is the story, Ryan. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
If you've ever heard the phrase, by this sign you shall conquer.
No, I haven't, but
But basically, on the eve of battle, Constantine had a dream, and in it, gods and angels spoke to him, and they showed to him the sign of the cross. And they said, put this on all your shields and you'll be victorious tomorrow. And of course he was at a battle called the Milvian Bridge. Hugely victorious. And after that, he became the first Christian Roman emperor. And before this, the Romans were feeding Christians to lions. So suddenly, you have the world's only superpower in support of Christianity.
Ah, okay.
And after that, it never stopped.
Yeah.
They only promoted it further and further.
And that's where we went wrong. Goddamn Constantine.
It's a very interesting juncture.
Yeah.
Has Khayl finished boring you all with his fucking Roman fucking
Educating
textbook shit?
Educating is the word.
We're on one podcast because I won't let you do it again.
I'll do it again, god damn it.
So I'm sure Ryan regrets what he said just before. That was actually very uncool.
I'd like to, if I could.
Stand by it.
If I could, I'd like to move into what we think heaven could be. Because in my mind, I've always had a very specific idea. And it's similar to your stats, but it's like this. So you die, and you go to a plain white room, and much like the architect in the Matrix movies, you're sat down, and you can see everything from your life. The example I was giving to Govinda earlier was you go on a date with a girl, and you're like, oh, I think she liked me. Maybe that was an opening. You can stop that moment and see it from her point of view, and experience if she did think that. You see things, and all the missed chances, you're I was here in this crowd, and my friend was here, but I never actually saw him, and I never knew.
Well, that's
you
like
can
my
see
stats.
all that.
Like you could have seen how many times you could have had sex.
Yeah, something like that.
How many girls you could have slept with. And
you walk into a room, hit pause, and a little icon pops
so
over.
Depressing if it said -2.
Less than 0.
You've kind of forced it on 2 people without them really wanting it.
Oh my god.
They accepted it. It wasn't like a rape situation, but they were I guess so.
I feel if there's force involved, it's rape.
Not forced, but
I'm sort of having this I'm sort of having this really fucking poignant moment, and you guys are talking about forcibly.
So what would your heaven be right now?
so I'd like to have this sort of review room where I could see all my missed chances, similar to your stats, but also I had all of human history to go back and just watch. I could see these famous battles. I could see Constantine at that moment. See if he actually did put the sign of the cross on his shields.
Yeah.
I like that because at first when you were you can go back through your life and see all this, I'm like...
That's not enough.
Eventually you're going to be done with that.
Yeah.
And you'll see everything you want to... No, but you'll see everything you want to see because you've only lived so much time, and if you relive it again, that's only another, 80 years, depends on your lifetime.
Yeah, so that's what I want.
Whereas heaven is apparently eternal.
That's my idea of heaven.
So how long is human existence going for? There's only so many memories.
No, but then I didn't realize there was going to be a caveat of you can go through history.
Yeah, but there's still... it's
still finite.
Massive amount more.
But the difference is the billions of people, the trillions of people that have lived in that time. That is essentially infinite.
No, it's not. It's not. Realistically, you've got 6,000 years of recorded history. Before that, people couldn't write. So it's very primitive.
But think about every individual's perspective of every situation.
But you wouldn't want everyone.
Yeah.
You'd only want a few key people.
Some workshop kid. I might just visit one workshop kid's memories, but then I'm about, okay, I'm done with all the workshop.
I've seen the fucking fishmonger catching fish every day for 60 years.
You know, I was always not hoping. I was just thinking a good... See, because to me that almost sounds like a heaven/hell, like a purgatory.
Yeah, I guess
so. It's not a cool thing. You're just kind of stuck in this place and you can't move. So I always like to...
Now we get to pay out on Khayl.
oh, you got such a small dick, Khayl.
He's a faggot.
How are you gonna hold it when you pee? It's so small.
He sits down, dude. I've seen him.
You gotta stop using that word, man.
What, sit?
No, you know what I'm talking about. I always like to imagine that, like, heaven is, you can do whatever you want, but it's no one is actually in your heaven, but the way you remember people is. So if you're like, I'm hanging out with Ryan, I'm hanging out with Sean, I'm hanging out with Khayl, even if they're still alive, they're just hanging with you.
Yeah.
And you can do stuff as you remember or as you want them to.
Yeah.
And then you can just do whatever you want forever. And it's like fucking heaps of cocaine, all the booze, just drugs, orgies galore, whenever you wanted.
I always get mad when people talk about like, oh, I want to go to hell because that's where all the good people go.
That was a classic Jim Jeffries reference because you can't sniff cocaine off a hooker's titties in heaven.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh no, that's it. The devil wasn't into all those bad things. He was into persecuting the people that were bad. Like,
he was
like,
a
no,
punisher.
these people need to be punished. Like, so you're not going to be snorting cocaine off a titty's whore.
That's actually a great point.
A titty's whore. A whore's titty. You're going to be... You're going to be fucking scalded with hot rods and raped with...
They always paint Satan as like God's enemy. But I think they're just bros. And it's like, you take the good bitches and I'll get the bad bitches.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of hell as like this burning fiery place is nowhere in the Bible. That's like a Renaissance thing, like an imagining.
Yeah, the Renaissance people were fucked.
Well, they
It's
were.
almost say dim-witted. Or what did you say?
Or the most
pea-brained?
enlightened period in human history.
Pea-brained.
Yeah,
I don't know if I said that, but I'll allow it.
Yeah. But, you know, the thing is, like, religion, like, not just organized religion, has its place. Like, it does help people get through tough moments in their life. You know, shit goes wrong. They pray to their
That's what I mean.
And God. They're not alone.
Because I understand it. Like, that if everything's in your hands, like, it's all up to you, there's this pressure on you to, like...
But also a freedom.
To achieve stuff and to do things, and it's all on you. Whereas, like, we watched the Super Bowl the other day, and both quarterbacks are religious, and they're like, I thank God for this. And it kind of helps them take the pressure off themselves and be like, this was a plan, and I had really no say in it. I just did my part.
Well, there's been studies done where people, athletes and others, will perform under pressure. And just the simple fact that they believe in something, it doesn't matter what it is, shows improvement. Like, they perform better at different things. You could believe in fucking anything. It doesn't.
It's just the belief.
That your lucky socks got you there.
Yeah, belief is a thing.
Yeah,
like,
and that's why people have their, like, they're really
rituals.
superstitious. Like, I never wash my jock strap because they
I just
think
don't,
because
I like to smell it.
But really, it's not lucky. It's just them being like, oh, I'm wearing my lucky jock strap, so I can do this sort of thing.
Yeah. Which I get. But for me, it takes away my achievement. Like, what I've done, even with all the bad things, wasn't me or wasn't my choice. You know, I'd rather think, no, I'm here because I
put in the hard work.
I've done what I've done.
Just to bring it back down, I like to think when I, achieve the slow jerk, I like to think that's because Jesus is guiding me and that God is watching specifically.
After that 20-hour mark and you're starting to fade, he reamps you up.
And then I sort of give the sign of the cross and then I clean myself up and I go about my business. Yeah.
Look, we don't really have time for more.
I've got one and it's a quick one. I think we sort of ended on a downer and I'd like to bring it back up.
I actually think it was really optimistic the way we ended that. It was really like, maybe it would seem down in tempo, but it was up in spirit.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Give me, we just don't have the time. Give me...
Govinda, if you could be friends with any celebrity, who would it be? If you could just hang out with anyone in the world at all.
This has been GoK Q&A. A weekly roundtable discussion.
No. We can do this. We can do this. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, if I can hang out with anyone.
Yep. Anyone.
You go. Well, you've obviously sorted something out. Go for it.
I watched Get Hard again the other day. It's got to be Will Ferrell. If I could just fucking chill out with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It would be amazing. Or possibly like Seth Rogen and just get blazed.
Yes, see, you stole mine. Why would you have two? You had yours already, and I just wanted to say one, and you took it.
You can have Franco. I don't really want to hang out with him.
No, because he never opens his eyes, dude. He wouldn't even see me there.
You wouldn't even know. Actually, you know what? I'm like a big fan of twerking, so I think if I could hang out with Miley, Miss Cyrus.
Really?
I believe her name is. Yeah, if I could hang out with Miss Cyrus.
You don't want any of that,
no, please let me finish. If I could hang out with Miss Cyrus for an evening, I think that would be pretty chill and we would have a good time.
You wouldn't touch her.
No, I didn't say I would.
Annoyed by it, and she'd be annoyed by you.
I think she's just a cool chick, and I think like she would, have a good time.
Yeah,
I want to hang out with
Southwest?
Yeah, Kanye's kid.
His infant child.
No, not really. I don't know. That's why I cut you off, because I knew I didn't know anything.
How many celebrities do you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what? Steph Curry,
nothing.
Dude. Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry would be cool, but I'd be like, hey, let's go shoot hoops. And he'd be like, oh, dude, fuck. Like, I got a game tomorrow. I don't want to shoot hoops. And I'm like, oh, well,
this is my one day off from playing games, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again.
Well, let's just fucking chat then. Like, it'd be cool to meet Steph.
He'd sort of begrudgingly be your friend.
Yeah. No, I guess if I'm like, if that's the next question, if I'm friends with someone, like, yeah.
They've got to be alive?
They don't have to be.
Well, I actually always thought Bill Murray would be pretty chill.
Well, he's alive.
He is alive.
What I mean.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was going to go Robin Williams.
Oh.
But then I realized he's got a dark side and maybe that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, and like, but he's got a coke addiction.
So I went to Bill Murray.
You'd have a lot of cocaine.
I went to Bill Murray because he is alive and I feel like he'd just be kind of wacky fun. Like you could just go around all day and play pranks on people.
That'd be fun. What about Ashton Kutcher on the set of Punk'd?
No, you can't go back in time, dude.
All right. Well, you're getting a dude that's dead. Why can't I go back in time?
Bill Murray is definitely alive.
Yeah, but he's like 99 years old, so you're gonna hang out on a chair with him.
Yeah, better than fucking Miley Cyrus looking
looking
metal.
I'm gonna put on
I'm
blast.
gonna spend a day looking metal with Miley Cyrus.
I'm gonna give the opposite of a shout out. I'm gonna put Dan Bilzerian on blast.
No one knows who that is, man.
That guy's a piece of shit. And people want to hang out.
Who is it?
He's the fucking guy that like demeans women. He's massive on Instagram. He like has pictures of him with guns, and he like pushed a hooker off the roof of his house. He just like has these massive orgies. You don't know who this fucking guy is?
I know this guy.
No,
he's just like
he sounds like a fucking piece of shit.
He's got a huge beard, and it's just pictures of him with guns and chicks and loads of money. He's a professional gambler, and a lot of people look up to him. And he's kind of a trash bag.
Yeah, he sounds like a piece of shit.
He's pretty trashy, but I'm like, he's got a pretty good life.
He
Money
does like
and women and drugs and gambling.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I don't like him on principle, but I would hang out with him definitely.
To only like mooch. I would mooch and then talk
you'd be such a Johnny Drama.
I would be so Johnny Drama.
I'll do your laundry, Dan. I'll do your laundry.
But then I'd talk shit about him behind his back.
Oh yeah. You got to do that. I'll bury the corpses, Bilzerian.
Fuck.
It'll be fine.
I just need 10 minutes with them beforehand.
Oh my god, dude. I wanted to end on a positive note.
On that necrophilia comment, this has been GoK Q&A, our weekly roundtable discussion podcast with episodes posting weekly. If you remotely like what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review. And remember, if you'd like to be a part of the show, email us your question at gokqa@gmail.com. That's GOK
Quanda
at gmail.com. I'm your host, Govinda Whitehurst, with the rambunctious Mr. Khayl Adam and Big Nose Brian. Until next time, keep keeping it real.
Peace.